Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
Brush off them cockleburrs and come on in from the extreme weather you're personally experiencing. I'm Slidewhistle.
It's your boy, Immunization. I'm curious about what a cockleburr is, but yes, it is like, we just had like a crazy storm here in Chicago.
Oh, I was just about to be like, that's so silly. What do you mean? It's hot everywhere. But there was like, also, hey, Aaron, Fire Mage Extraordinaire, Horde Punching Bag. You guys had like a rainstorm?
It was, apparently, I was in the basement for it, so me no see at work.
Yeah, it was like a thunderstorm with like crazy lightning, and then it just like was coming down really hard. I just sent you, like, I just sent host chat like a screenshot of
Oh,
this is
wow.
Slidewhistle. This is Slidewhistle's push notifications. It's like 10 push notifications over the course of like an hour and a half of just like severe thunderstorm warning and like heat advisory and things like that. Flood.
That's crazy. It's been like Rango over here. It's almost 100 degrees. I tried to water my poor flowers and the water turned into steam before it even touched the ground.
It went.
Exactly.
We've got quite a bit of stuff to go through here, but mount check.
Also, I don't know if Aaron ever actually officially introduced himself.
I did, very briefly.
Oh,
Aaron,
okay.
Fire Mage Extraordinaire, Horde Punching Bag. There you go. It's a twofer.
Slidewhistle.
It's your boy, Immunization.
And it's me, Aaron, Fire Mage Extraordinaire, and Horde Punching Bag.
Hat
Mount
trick.
check.
Slidewhistle. I have only gotten one mount, and it was one that Lynn really wants, and he was mad that I got it because I got it on my. I got the Super Jailer Racing Cart. That's it. No fucking Mimiron's head. I'm not done for the week yet, but fuck me, man. Where is this thing?
I also haven't gotten any mounts, but I didn't really start grinding until like a week and a half ago, so I guess it's not that surprising to me that, I haven't, but, I feel like the drop rates are still pretty low. I mean, I know some people have been, like, I know Slidewhistle has been, like, farming the shit out of, like, Mimiron's head on, like, 10 characters a week, and you have gotten no luck there. I will say I have finished, like, tier sets, though, and then gotten some other cool mogs, so that's cool, at least.
I have gotten 0 mounts, and like every gamer white guy before me, I've decided to make it everyone else's issue and join a terrible online group. I'm teaming up with all of the people from Method and Limit and all the nasties on X.com and say, if you got a mount this month, it doesn't count. We've decided it doesn't because we didn't get it ourselves.
Ooh, taking an antagonist internet approach. I like it. We
Yeah. I'm the bad guy on this one for 2 more weeks. Don't even show me all the mounts you're getting, Fireballs, because I'll say it doesn't count. It does. I'm just salty.
He got another one yesterday, by the way. Have you heard how many mounts Gandalin has gotten?
It does not surprise me if he does. I would imagine he spends a large amount of his time running content for these mounts.
This was, I believe, last week. So Wildy has returned. Wildy left the WoW Guild after Kata raid lead made him leave, I think is what happened. And he went to Final Fantasy. He's recently come back because of Clutcher's bounty thing. And so me and him have been talking. Because before we talk about Drag Race anyway, not the point. We were talking about mounts, and he was like, "Yeah, guess how many Gan has?" And I was like, "Well, Gandalin, how many did you get?" Because Gandalin and Wildy are, they're fucking. Gandalin says, "I got 22 mounts."
What
22.
the fuck? Are there even
How many?
22 to get during this event?
That's what I was gonna say. Like, how many are there? Like, I saw a list of the ones, or maybe it was just a wild list of like ones that they assumed people would care about. Like, maybe just like there's other mounts too, but like I felt like there were only like 12 mounts that were listed. So I'm like, where are these other mounts coming from?
So basically, the collectors of the collectors, I guess there's 30, maybe 30 something mounts that are their buffs affected. If you add up all the raid mounts, because there's really only so many raid mounts. It's only like the end of expansion ones and some like one-shotters or whatever. So people are making this master list and trying to get all of them. And I think Ganelon's been doing it, and holy fuck, like I can't believe that. And that was last week. He may have added to that by now. Meanwhile, me and Wildy had nothing. Wildy got his first mount. He got Gmod, and then I got the Super Jailer Racer mount. So we got something at least, but fuck.
Yeah, it seems like Fireballs and Gandalin are getting all of the guild's mounts, it seems.
Okay, so I've been just like finally, doing my rep for Undermine. Yeah, I figured it's time,
Honestly, it's been pretty easy to like catch up with it. I don't know if this is always the way it was. Aaron, you can let us know. But like it feels like each of the like weekly quests there gives you like a shit ton of rep of the one that you're targeting, like a level,
it's
maybe even
several thousand of each weekly quest, and then now they've made it where each world quest is several hundred points for it. So yes, it got easy just as I was in the twilight years of having to do it myself.
I finally hit Renown 20 with the cartels in general. All of them after Immune did it. So we're real late to that game for this one.
Also, that's how you know that you personally are slow with this rep grind. If I beat you to it, that's pretty bad.
As much as I liked Undermine, thinking about it, I don't know if I like Drive as much. I appreciate that they're trying new things, but I think personally I'd rather just be flying everywhere. I think for me, I was like, I keep running into shit.
It's been a discussion that's been looming over me for months now, and I was waiting until 10.1 was over, and it's almost over. We still got another week. Drive was a big swing, and I hate to say a big miss.
I will say that like I'm tempted to agree just because it's annoying when you're going around, but I feel like it has a time and place, and its time and place potentially are races and the crazy taxi mode. Like if you only had to do it during surge pricing or whatever you call that general concept, I feel like that is more acceptable to me.
How often have you guys customized your cars?
Well, okay, never. Honestly, like one time, like towards the beginning of it, I definitely don't want to use the one where it makes you go faster. I feel like that's even like more annoying. If anything, I would put it to just be slower.
The only thing I ever did was I made it faster because I felt like finally I can win all of these like daily races. And yes, it made an uncontrollable car even more so. So I turned it back, and then it was like all the other upgrades cost funny money. And I was like, well, then I will not be purchasing them.
Yeah, so I also did the fast thing. I think our problem actually may have been we didn't customize the car to our liking. Because I'm going to be honest, I never really tried the slower setting. There's got to be a handling one, right? I remember being a very basic Mario Kart system. I just feel like even if I have a slow car, trying to go up certain hills and go around certain areas, or if you go too fast and you fall off a cliff and now you're below, I'm like, God damn it. Like, it was just like, fuck.
Yeah, I don't know why they made it so that like the most ideal way to get to like a different area like it was trying to take your big ass drive car up a set of stairs, but they made that a thing.
I've been doing like Dark Fuse farms, which is just now because they keep nerfing them all. It's just like go to just trash and dig through trash and get like 14 or so contract pieces. Aaron, is my memory failing me, or did you get the salvaged Goblin Gazillionaire's flying machine, the yellow mechanical mount from trash? This guy posted it. It's a reskin of Mechagon.
Yes. There are two mounts. This and the like bipedal goblin tank that has a flail on its arm.
Yes.
I have every single one except for the black one that you get from the Dark Fuse.
So it was maybe like my second or third trash can. For the record, I got the achievement for doing 10 trash digs total. So it was probably like my 7th or 6th overall ever trash digging. And I got the yellow mount, the Bad Boys Gazillionaires yellow Mechagon reskin, right? I was like, oh, cool, whatever. Sure, a mount that I'm not going to use. Yesterday, me and Immune, we were out digging trash together. And this random guy starts doing /say really excitedly, like to us, and he goes, yes, yes, and he links this mount.
And then Slidewhistle proceeds to immediately, like, verbally, just to me, not in the game, shit all over this guy. Like, he was like, oh, is this like serious? Like, why is he so excited for this mount? It's like, it was very much so like Gear Glider. Slidewhistle, I believe, said, quote, doesn't that just drop the first time you do trash? Unquote.
I don't know what the rate was, but yeah, I can tell you, mine was not on my 6th. Mine was perhaps on my 60th.
Yeah, so I have yet to have it, and I just had my achievement for like 20 or 25, whichever one was the achievement, so I still don't have it. And then I told Slide, I was like, Slide, look up the drop rate. And then he did look up the drop rate.
1.96% chance of dropping. This man was so legitimately excited because it is a rare ass drop chance. Because like when he said that, I just said nice in all caps, and I drove away really quickly. It's like, okay, I don't care.
It was very much so giving the vibe of coming to play some demons. Like now we're just like, yes, trash pile mount.
Yeah, I've been saying it to everything now. Yes! He was off the wall. But again, it's kind of ugly. It's a banana with spikes on it. Look at it.
Yeah, so like Slidewhistle just spent like the rest of the night shitting all over this mount, being like, why would anyone want this, even if it is a rare mount? Why does it have spikes on it? He like said it was ugly in like 10 different ways.
I even feel that way about the other like fun activity mounts. When I got them, I wasn't like, yes, finally! Mostly because I didn't know they existed. It was mostly like, I turned in my 1000th can and got a green bipedal robot, and I thought, oh no, are you telling me there's people out here that are going to be turning in tens of thousands of cans to try and get this thing? That's terrible. Like, I don't know. I do love a good Paragon bag mount, but when I get a random mount out of one of these mundane activities, my first thought is, oh no, how long is someone going to be doing this boring stuff to get this?
This actually leads me to my next question, because you've already kind of said it. What do I use these cans on?
Yeah, these cola can type things, like what do I use them for?
So you turn them into the Safe Associate, which is hidden in a building near the entrance of Undermine that they do not point out to you. I only knew it was there because I have like handy maps on. And you can turn them in for pets. There's 2 pets. There's a cockroach and there's a stinky mouse. And then random
Does it have stink lines on it?
I think it has a green cloud around it, yes. I have never been dedicated enough to get the stinky mouse, but maybe that's what I need to do in these final days here. But the other thing you get is you turn in the cans to get a box that you can open for like fun money or gold or the chance of a mount. And then there's like stinky green globules that you can get out of doing daily stuff. You can also turn in stinky green globules for a different box that has slightly more funny money and gold in it.
Oh my god. I'm so excited to learn that there are more currencies I didn't know about.
Mm-hmm. It's super great. I remember the first time I did it, once again, I was like, oh, beans, this is another thing to keep track of. I don't want to do this. And then as soon as I got the mount, I said, well, I guess that's it. I don't want to do this anymore.
Mission complete.
Same thing with the crazy taxi mode. You can get a purple bipedal robot out of that. I don't know what the drop rate on it is, but if you don't have it yet, get your ass back to the Undermine, baby. You're not done yet.
Man, I feel like that mechanic is still so buggy. Sometimes my quests just don't work for it. I go through the line and it doesn't work. I drop out the package, it doesn't work. I'm like, whatever, Nana Tallulah, whatever.
Yeah, my least favorite is how you just don't get credit for the weekly quests sometimes, even if you are a surge price version of it, like whatever that's called.
Oh, yeah, and especially now that it's late in the game, if you are not there on the dot at time 30 to get the green or perhaps blue boxes, you are not making it to purple. Not enough people care anymore to get it all the way to purple.
Yeah, I feel like it was just me the other day. I was like, oh, is that why I'm not getting credit for it?
Yep, so if you don't get it right at the beginning, you're done. You gotta wait for an hour to try again, and no one else will be there.
Well, we're about 2 weeks late on this information, but I feel like it's finally time we discussed the neighborhood and Midnight's housing information, because I do think with our guild option, it's a little more interesting to us.
Yeah, okay, so I was excited to talk about this 2 weeks ago, but I think we're busy talking about other things. So yeah, like I know that this is probably old news for people, but let's dive into it.
So as we heard however long ago it was, 2 neighborhood types. Public, private. Sure. Now, how we do this is there's going to be charters like there are for guilds. You got to have a minimum of 5 people sign them. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Here's something interesting. So they can be named by their owners, and the names do not have to be unique. We can steal somebody else's neighborhood name.
So that's a little confusing then. Like there could be like whatever you decide to name your neighborhood, like there could be one that's named the exact same thing with different people on the same server even. Or are these even server specific? They probably aren't.
Or what I'm going to guess is Illidan, Illadin, Illadorn, they're all going to live in just Stormwind. When you look at the list of places you can move into, I'm going to guess a solid 70% are just places that already exist. It's like, yeah, it doesn't look like Dornigold, but that's what we named it.
That's so... I didn't even think about that, because they're gonna be in like the Darkshire area and just gonna call it Darkshire, which I guess isn't the worst thing, but yeah, you're totally right. It does say they do have delimiters wow, why can't I say this word? Differentiate. Thank you. I think delimiter really did differentiate in my brain. So I don't know. It'd probably say like Stormwind 1, 2, Proudmoore. Players can control who lives in them. For guilds, this is via the guild roster. If a guild removes someone, that player will also be removed from the neighborhood.
Oh no. Imagine the next time a hothead decides to crash out while Growlina's just on her porch sipping tea, and all of a sudden, bit by bit, house by house, the neighborhood starts disappearing. Oh no! Ahoy! Alloy! Amoy! They're all going by the wayside.
Thanos snapping his yard. Now here's something that we had previously were worried about. It's one of the reasons why we're like, oh, we'll just join it later or whatever, or we can't. The big difference between guild and charter neighborhoods. Charters are limited to the maximum number of plots in a neighborhood, which is like 50 or something. Guild neighborhoods will have homes available for everyone in a guild through additional attached instances.
Okay, that is good, because that's what we were worried about. Like, you can't really have a guild one if like only 30 people are allowed in it or whatever. So that is good for our guild. I feel like our guild will definitely have a neighborhood with most of the people probably opting to go into it, I would think.
Now the question arises, how do they deal with that? Is it you have to join the party of someone that you're wanting to go into their house? Are they physically like attached? Like it's hey, it's me, Gandalin. I was one of the first 20 guys. When you enter Uno Mossberg, I'm right there up front. Oh, you want Wildy, who just came back? You're going to have to go down the way, get through 10 loading screens, and then maybe you'll find them. Like imagine having to go into a load zone, and then you walk past 20 more houses, go into a load zone. It's like, fuck, this is annoying. This is like, I have to go to the 200th person on the guild list house.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm not sure how that works, because do you think it would, it could be that way, like you enter like a portal and then it loads, or do you think it'll just make the load time longer for everybody because it's going to load, like, let's just say we add an additional instance. Is it going to load those two at the same time? Because like if you got to go through a portal to get to my house, I don't know. That feels kind of bad for my house. I got to move.
Yeah, so like the phasing thing does make me feel like maybe you would have to like be invited to like a group of somebody if you're not in their current phase of your neighborhood to just see it. But like I don't like that.
I don't see, but then when you say that out loud, I don't think so, because that sounds ridiculous. If they were to make guild housing and let everybody in, and then you couldn't see 99% of the group because you're like the one person over the limit, making a new instance, that would feel really shitty. So maybe it's not. Now, they go, what happens if I don't like my neighbors / neighborhood? They say you could just get up and move. You can choose to relinquish a house at any time, at which point your house's state will be saved, ready to be unpacked with a click when you purchase a new house elsewhere. When you move out, there's a regret timer that will start. So if you change your mind before buying a new house, you can move right back in. So you can do the thing where you're like, be like the little kid who's like, I'm moving out. I'm packing up my little knapsack and a stick.
I put my big vertical tower in my bundle sack and I'm gonna go.
Yeah, it's literally the Animal Crossing thing where like your house is in boxes and like you have to be convinced to stay.
I'm interested in this follow-up here. Can people just walk into my yard house? It depends. You want your house to be your space. Essentially, you can change different permissions.
I like how there's a different permission for like allowing people into your house versus your yard.
I was just going to say, because I didn't continue reading, I hope there is one, because I don't want randoms to come in my house without me being in there or inviting them in. But I find it very funny for some guy to park out on my lawn, and then I have to throw cans at him, like, get out of here. I don't want you touching my motorcycle. Get out of here.
I feel like when we record the podcast, we should all legally have to go into one of our houses and record while like Nuss is outside banging on the door. Let me in, guys. Let me in.
So I feel like this would change the entire game. Like our core rule of recording this podcast is that we are not allowed to play WoW while we are recording it.
Now in kayfabe, you cannot show up unless you're in WoW. If I go on BNet and the two of you are not in whatever home we've agreed upon, well, I guess it's just a 2-person show that week.
It's like we start off every episode. It's like, today we are, like, first off, what are we drinking? Second off, whose house are we in?
We're definitely going to record one episode where we're in a house, and we're going to accidentally press buttons on Audacity because we're messing around in WoW, but we'll get there when we get there. Okay, they've also announced Endeavors. Endeavors are a neighborhood-wide activity open to anyone who lives in the neighborhood. They occur approximately once a month. And when a new endeavor becomes available, the neighborhood is provided the opportunity to learn from various cultures and factions of Azeroth by doing different tasks. I think this is a +1 point to being in the guild, because we know if there's an endeavor for the month, the guild's logging on and doing it. For with randos, I don't know. You can't guarantee they're going to be there.
Also with the guild, I feel like this type of end game gameplay is going to be really good for a lot of people in our guild who aren't necessarily like raiders or like do a lot of like high-end dungeons. I feel like a lot of people will really fuck with this, and like I feel like it just will be overall good to be part of a big group to contribute to these endeavors, because I don't know. If we like have like a smaller group of people, it might end up being like our Warcraft Rumble guild where like everyone just ends up not caring. But like I feel like with like a shit ton of people in the guild, somebody will be caring, a few people will be caring, a handful of people will be caring, you know?
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, it does scale down and scale up, but like it's not as fun when you got to do it all by yourself. You know what I mean? So this is like a 50-player neighborhood will have to complete more tasks than a 10-player neighborhood. Similarly, if a neighborhood is less active, future endeavors for that neighborhood will also scale down their Oh, wow. So it double scales, actually.
I like that they say future endeavors. So like Valshara Endeavor shows up and it's like, the vile druids are attacking everyone's lawn. And then there's just a day of no one comes out and they just kind of kick plants over. So then the next month shows up and it's like, a single mechanome is here. You guys think you can handle that one? So as I'm scrolling down, we have reached the very controversial bit of this new housing. The reason that I will not be engaging with it. We're talking about levels. There is a leveling tree to people's homes. Boo.
What do you mean? Why are you booing this?
As the community does. So scared are people of going and doing the rep trees that are now on every single place we go to, that when just this image was shown, people on X, the Everything app, were like, this game's dead to me.
What? That's crazy.
And like also they came out and said that they wanted player housing to be in end game content. So like it should not be surprising to anyone that like you're going to have to like grind or work for things in it. Like I don't know. I feel like that was a given when they said that like they were adding player housing. Like you're not just going to be given everything. Like why would you just be given everything?
And I'm going to guess based on the things that they've put into like traders posts and stuff. A lot of these things are like, oh, I got to level up my house. Wave at neighbor 5 times. Okay, I did it.
Punch a mechanome a few times.
My only thing is, technically, we would be a private neighborhood, right? So does that mean people can't just come walk up and look at our stuff? Like, only guildies can look at our stuff?
Yes, unfortunately, we would have to call upon a lot of social capital that we may or may not have and request guildmates to ogle at us. We couldn't have you lovely folks in the DN Army come up and tell me how cool I am while I sip mint juleps on my porch.
I mean, we could spend some of our social capital to convince the guild to have it be open. Is that a thing?
I don't know. It says here, public neighborhood created as needed by game servers. Anyone can buy a house in them. No, private neighborhoods created and owned by players, either by guilds. Guild neighborhoods are by arbitrary group of players. If some of you bozos not in the guild want to live together, I guess you can go for it.
Yeah, you're an arbitrary group of people.
It just says they can control who lives in them, permission system for who can control the settings, membership. So maybe it could be open. Who knows? But the endeavors sound cool. They talk about some current neighborhood favor, which is funny, which is just the rep that Aaron's talking about, I think. You just level your house up and earn rewards, while the endeavor currency is used to buy decorations from visiting NPCs.
And I do appreciate, I'm sure there's other things that show up, but I would love if each level you get the increased decor limit and the 3 random items that appear in this screenshot. It's like, congratulations, you're a great homeowner. Here is a Blight Fire Lantern and 1 purple table. You earned it, buddy.
Enjoy your Scarlet Throne. I will say, once again, the Scarlet Throne is giving me Habbo Hotel vibes, because thrones are worth 3.5 HCs, and I'm making a room that's just Scarlet Thrones to show off my Habbo wealth.
You know, I am like just excited for this in general. I feel like the more we learn about player housing, the more I'm excited for it, because when they first announced it, I feel like I was in the camp with people that was just like, oh, whatever. But the more they flesh it out, the more we see about it, the more excited I get.
Fuck! Sorry, I was just thinking about the fact that when Undermine came out, literal months ago, half a year ago, I could have named one of the episodes Gabo Hotel. And now it's well past that time.
Man, we're going to have to find a good reason to maybe we'll do a Undermine retrospective and just to name it Gabo Hotel.
Well, you know who's at the Gabo Hotel right now is Growlina. She finally, after all these weeks, tracked down an interview. Let's cut to that. Welcome back to Growl on the Prowl, my kitties and kobolds. I'm here in the Undermine, speaking with Klaupin. Klau, are you ever worried about the lack of airflow in this place? Especially as we're putting out such a high level of noxious fumes.
Are you talking about the machines or just the goblin's natural musk?
Oh, burn! But in all seriousness, I mean the fact that we have cars, giant drilling machines, vending machines even, all running off of terribly large gas-guzzling engines. Should we be worried?
The only guzzling in gas we should be worried about are the customers over at Grant's Brothers Hot Dogs. You do not want to know what they put in those weenies. Talking about choking in the air, I'm having to choke down those dogs, am I right?
Another zinger, my friend. How do you do it? But also, we should probably vacate the city soon. I feel like I see more and more people passing out or dying in the streets every day. Though maybe it's because a goblin happened to have raised their arms and unleashed their secret stink.
Hey-oh, she gets one on the board, finally.
What a treat. Will I form a portal and ferry all the good law-abiding Alliance forces from this nasty city? Let's get back to part 2 of the show. Thank you, Growlina. Now we're back to discuss, based on these screenshots I'm seeing, World of Warcraft's 20th anniversary in China.
Ni hao.
Well, meow. I did not know it was going to be this big of an endeavor, but they have certainly been putting Blizzard as a whole has been putting a lot of stock into China recently.
Sorry, this screenshot that Slide posted in host chat is really funny. Just seeing like Ian Hazuko's name in like Chinese.
For the viewers here, I'll really paint a picture for you. Holly Longdale is standing next to Ian, right? They're in like a little library room. And underneath them are little nameplates, big nameplates. And it just says Ian and Holly. And then under Ian's 3-letter name, there's, 6 Chinese characters? And his face looks so stone serious. Join our Discord at, oh my god, don'trelent.com? don'trelent.com, and you can see this beautiful picture.
I just posted it to pics and memes, so no context. Y'all will know tomorrow, I guess.
So they're celebrating 20 years in China, which is funny because it wasn't in China for 3 years? How can they do 20 years if it wasn't there for a couple when they broke the statue?
Well, listen, the 17-year anniversary doesn't sound as nice.
But they gave them some special shit. I mean, they always give them special shit. They kind of know. Is it weird to say? Okay, part of you wants to say, China doesn't count. Because they can kind of get crazy and freaky over there. They can kind of do whatever they want. And they do. They give them the tiger, the spectral tiger. They do, all kinds of certain things.
I feel like there was an opening that was presented when China's censorship laws or their anti-gambling laws are you have to change your game in certain ways. And then once the door was open, they're like, oh, we can just fuck around and do silly stuff now, huh?
Exactly. No, they're kind of using it as their testing ground is kind of what it feels like. Because here's the article, right? Speed Cataclysm, Legion Remix, and Titan Reforged. I'm sorry, I only know what one of those things is. Speed Cataclysm goes hard, though.
Hit me with that speed, Kata.
But to make these announcements, they posted a 34-minute video. That a lot of it, I mean, all of it is in Chinese. But they literally 3D animated Lily, the little panda lady, and she's walking around talking. It's new Lily lore. I'm sure talking about China.
It's kind of giving VTuber a little bit.
It's giving. And I haven't seen it in motion, so I'm sure it's masterful. But seeing these 2 images, it's giving me Jamster.
Yes.
Isn't Wumsy so funny? Dial 922 to this number, dial Wum to 922 to get his special song. And then they would put out
Gummy Bear.
Yeah, they would put out Gummy Bear level 3D animations. It looks like my friend Lily is selling me a ringtone.
Really
you know what? I would buy it.
I would buy it. I'm trying to support Lily. When's the fucking last? She was a follower in Legion. So I guess it's been, 6 or 7 years since I've seen her. What's she up to? I guess ringtones is the answer.
Yeah, she's selling the Deathwing ringtones because Speed Classic Kata is coming to China. So basically, the whole reason is, we're getting Mop Classic. I mean, Mop Classic is here. I've been playing, by the way. I've been leveling my panda to get your dragon. You have till the end of July to get your green dragon.
You have 5 days, July 30th, and I don't know if it's in the morning, if it's a Brewfest thing where they're going to steal it from you at 5 a.m. So just do it now. It takes
so it's not even
actually
technically
an hour.
to the end of the month. It's to the 30th in particular. That's weird.
It is. It's the 30th in particular, and which I don't even believe is a reset day. I think it's a Wednesday.
Yeah, it's a Wednesday. What the fuck?
Odd. Get that shit. Anyway, so we're on Mop Classic. People in China are still finishing up Wrath of the Lich King, which again, they never got the original release of that. So they wanted to make sure that they really got to play Lich King, which honestly, it's kind of cool for them.
And I will kind of say, I feel like they are speeding through Classic faster than I would have thought they would. I mean, I feel like it's kind of crazy that we're already on Mop Classic, and I feel like the concept of Classic, I don't know, maybe we're just getting old and like time is going by faster relatively, but like I feel like they've just been like whipping through these.
Yeah, I think time is just feeling faster than it actually is, because it's been pretty spaced out. I think Ash posted a list of how it was filling in between. He has dates from there. But anyway, people thought they were going to skip over Kata, and instead NetEase was like, we're doing speed Cataclysm. So they're basically going to rush everyone through it to catch them up to what they really want to do, which apparently is Pandaland.
Which is terrible to say, but if we need to put an expansion on the treadmill and really speed through it, I feel like Kata's kind of the one. Like,
Yes.
It's important. It made a lot of changes, but a lot of it could be a slideshow where it's just like, there's a big crack in the earth now. Anyways, moving on to Pandaland.
Aaron really said, this world revamp could have been an email.
It honestly could have. Send me a before and after of like the 7 areas you changed, and then I'd say, okay.
So then they announced Titan Reforged Classic servers. And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? And this sounds sick. It's described as a raid rush experience. It combines Classic, TBC, and Wrath of the Lich King into a single game mode with content from all 3 expansions scaled to level 80. Level 80? Would you even have been 80 in Lich King? Am I wrong? You would have been, right? 60 base?
Yeah,
10 BC.
60,
yeah,
70,
yeah,
80.
okay,
Yep.
yeah. I guess because like we're 80 now, I was like, oh my god, it's current, but no. So they speed the building process each week. Oh, they're doing the Fated thing from Shadowlands and Dragonflight. Each week, a different raid from across 3 expansions will be available, conceptually similar to the Fated season rotation. If they can bring this to like Kata, Mop, Wad, ooh, guys, we're getting a Wad Classic, right? What are they doing after Mop?
I mean, probably
Legion, right? Like, I don't know.
I don't know if I'm trying to think as we progress here, what would people honestly want to play? Because we're getting near the end of it. I think Legion, you could do a classic Legion, which is like nothing classic about it. But I don't think you get a classic BFA.
Wait, no, I think didn't we clock this before? Like, what was the Legion spoiler thing that they were showing before? Was that like Legion
I believe
remix?
the timeline was green. So
It's remix.
Legion.
So yeah,
remix.
if they do Legion remix, then maybe WoD Classic would be a thing, because they wouldn't want to do Legion Classic and Legion mix at like too close of a time range. So I honestly, they might fucking do it. And then like, I know we said this before, and I know that we are probably 3 of the biggest fans of WoD in general. So obviously we're biased, and we would want it, especially because we didn't play like at the very beginning of it. So like, I feel like it'd be very cool to start from the expansion that we started during, like from the beginning,
You make a valid point that they would not double up on Legion. However, I am closing my eyes, and at the 2026 BlizzCon, I imagine Ian Hazuko, or Ian 17 letters, as the screenshot shows, coming out and saying, we're announcing World of Warcraft Legion Remix. And then all of a sudden, the lights go down.
You are not prepared.
Yes, how could any of you be prepared for us also having Legion Classic? And then everyone screams. I can see it. I can see. I would clap too, and then we would leave the auditorium, and I'd go, "Oh, I don't know if I want that."
Yeah, I don't think I would play Legion Classic. Is that weird to say? Because like, maybe, you know what? No, it's not, because all I've heard was I was doing my mop leveling today, and everyone's like, "Who's here for the mount?" And everyone's like, "Me." And there were so many people being like, "I did this 20 years ago, or however long ago it was. Why would I do it again?" And that's kind of how I feel with Legion. Unless I get to bring forward my artifact appearances, then I'll do it. But they're not gonna fucking do that. Again, If I keep saying it, it'll happen. When they do WoD Classic, they're going to be like, and we have the Shattrath raid, and we have the secret island, Fenelor, Darfalor, whatever the fuck the island's called, that is now here, Fenelor.
I know we said this before, and we're giving them like an idea and a concept because we know that Ian's listening, probably up in the vents or something. Like, if there is an expansion that warrants having an alternate timeline where they do different shit, it's literally the one that's about an alternative timeline to begin with. So, like, they could do the things that they wanted to do, but didn't have the time or resources to do then if they wanted. Just saying.
I'm nodding my head. We've got some Season 3 news about BOEs dropping from Raid.
Oh boy! Oh boy! BOE boy!
Oh boy!
This is quite a move. The Manaforge Omega Raid boys, all of them, will have randomized secondary stat rolls, which means rough for your gearing, but if you get the right stat distribution, congrats, you're a millionaire.
Nope, this is bad. Sorry. And I'm not usually that guy to say shut it down, don't do it. People were throwing themselves off cliffs to re-roll things in BFA when their funny gear had random stats. We cannot be doing this, Blizzard. You are causing a problem. Someone's going to be ignoring their child because they're running content in order to get the specific shin plate that they need.
Yeah, I don't really understand the move because, like, is the pendulum swinging the other way? Is this the first sign? Because they said we want it to be player friendly, we want to respect everyone's time. I feel like doing randomized stats is the opposite of that. It feels opposite philosophy. Like, people, because then people are gonna just put on shit and be like, "This is good," and it's like, "Those aren't your stats, bro. Those aren't your stats, bro. Don't put that on."
And, you know, like, for me personally, I will be getting, like, the one BOE I get will have, like, hella verse, and, like, I don't play a character, really, that gives a shit about that.
Little odd. We also have sad news for myself. Mage Tower appearances will not be obtainable in Legion Remix. They decided they're not gonna do it.
Well, are they doing like remixed versions of them? Because I feel like that would be cool.
I don't think so. Here, the blue post reads, many times throughout the history of WoW, there have been items, titles, and other kinds of rewards that belong in a category of the most prestigious and historic accomplishments. Rewards we believe should be preserved in a historical context for only those players who earned them at the time. Examples that come to mind for many players include Corrupted Ashbringer and the Mists of Pandaria challenge mode items. So they're kind of also tipping their hat that those are never going to be available again, is kind of what they're saying. We've explored the full list of all rewards that players could earn when Legion was current content. We've determined that some fit the description above and will not be obtainable in Legion Remix. Mage Tower artifact appearances, artifact weapon appearances from PvP, seasonal PvP gear.
Interesting.
Strike me down, like, call me wrong. I get it. If only because I feel like we should not be able to, based on the moves that we were schmooving in Pandaria Remix, we should not have the same challenges in Legion Remix because we'll just bowl them over. Like, granted, I was not doing mythic raiding in Pandaria Remix, but never was I like, oh, there's any difficulty to this. Like, I don't, and I didn't even get it, so I'm not even trying to be like, to protect the honor of what I did, but if I win and I beat up that lovely, gorgeous meatball Agatha and just dusted her, I would not want to get the same thing that a live server Growlina would get.
Oh, I would.
Like, if it was like, you get the shield, but it's purple instead of green, it's like, well, then that's fine. It's different. It's like the mounts that you received in Pandaria Remix. There were some different ones, but there should be some items that are exclusive to retail. I don't fully agree with the fact that you should never be able to get them, but you should have to work hard to get them. And then you can get this recolor for easy streets in Remix.
Is the tower going to be a thing in Remix?
I mean, probably.
Just different types of rewards then, maybe?
I don't know. I guess they never really addressed the tower itself, so maybe it won't be. I want the fucking feral goddamn space kitten. God fucking, I'm never gonna get this
Well,
thing.
you'll get it, but instead of blue, it'll be in
I don't
orange.
think so. I mean, maybe I'd hope so. But they also say in Legion Remix, players will have access to even more total rewards than Pandaria Remix offered. They offered a fuck ton, including some previously retired rewards, like the Mythic Chosen Dead ensembles, which come from Helia. Guys, the one that we did, Khadgar's Violet Spellwing. You're telling me anybody can get that shit now?
Remind me which one that one was again?
Wow.
It was a purple, like, raven guy. It was a bird. And I believe we got it from beating the final one, Antorus on Heroic.
Actually, this looks different than the bird. Is this the same one? I'll have to check. But so they're basically like, yeah, we're going to do some. And they said there's also going to be many all new items and previously unavailable color variants of Legion rewards. So, okay. Get me to play Legion Remix.
You know, I do think that I will. I mean, obviously, I'm going to play Remix. I feel like I feel like Remix in general is like my level of like playing old content, where like it's, especially if it's just like fast and quick and you can get cosmetics out of it. I'm like, why the fuck not?
Which is what a lot of people are clamoring for. I know it's a different thing, but the biggest impact that I've seen out of Mop Classic is like, can we please get expedited leveling? Like, the things are too slow nowadays. So it only happened the one time, but I tend to like the remixes more than the classics because it's, yeah, let me do old stuff, but let me just ass blast my way through it so that I can get to the things that I actually enjoy doing, like collecting mounts and stuff.
That's fair. I mean, right? That's what it should be for, I feel like. Let's talk about the 6-month reward. How you guys feeling about it?
It's broken!
Broken? What do you mean?
It's broken! Or they won't let me... So it's for 6 months. Actually, you say what it is, because I don't know what it is because I don't have it.
Wait, why don't you have it? Are you sure? Are you sub for 6 months?
I am subbed for 6 months. It said that my next payment date is in October. So I'm in my 6 months. Both Cubby Bub and I are in our 6 months. She hasn't logged in forever, but I know I don't have either of these mounts. There's 2 mounts. I don't know when they're going away. Do I cancel my sub and then pay $80 to get them?
Wait, would I have had this yet? Like, would it have like spawned for me?
It should have, yeah.
Maybe this is controversial for me too then, because I don't remember opening this guy.
You guys should check have you double checked your billing to make sure that like you didn't, it's not like just extended by like, maybe the 6 months expired and then you like extended it with like monthly stuff?
I don't know. I guess I'll keep checking. But yeah, last I checked, it said you paid X amount of months ago. Your next bill is in October. And I was like, great. So I'm on a 6 month, right? And they're like, right. But my big orange booger guy has denied me.
Yeah, it says players on existing 6 or 12 month recurring subscription plans with a future renewal date, which I think you said you had, will receive the Herald of Sabak mount and Sabak's favored pet at no additional charge, no later than July 31st, 2025. Does that mean that's when you would receive it then?
That's when like the last people should receive it. Yeah, I guess.
Yes, in the next week, they should be giving this to me. They should. Otherwise, it's lawsuit time, Blizzard.
Yeah, because I also have a 6 month recurring sub, and mine is also in October is when it's next build. So I don't know, Aaron. I think we're in the same boat here.
I got mine pretty quickly. They posted a little video of this. It's like a big crocodile with wings, kind of Zandalari coated, but not quite. Is Sabak a Zandalari dude? He's Herald of Sabak. Guess you guys wouldn't know. You don't have it.
Who is Sabak? According to Acatrix from 9 days ago. New 6-month mount is Herald of Sabak. Seems to have a sun theme. Maybe Sun God will meet in mid, part of the Light or Life Pantheon.
This is a great crocolisk described in Tol'vir legends. It's believed he emerged from Ungoro Crater and was blessed by the Keepers to safeguard the waterways of Uldum. Few people have ever seen him. Yeah, I fucking bet.
And this is just his herald.
Mizerm says, it's just a throwaway name lifted from the Egyptian pantheon to push a 6-mount sub-farming bait mount.
Ooh.
Doesn't really have to be anything more significant than that. Mirzerm, all I have to say to that aggression is, you're level 51. Get in the mines and level up some more, then maybe you can have an opinion.
Get out there. And we're going to get in here with a top toot, bottom boot, medium moot. I've got a top toot. I've received the adorned half-shell transmog by watching WoW on Twitch as I left the room for 4 hours watching a random person at like midnight.
I also did that.
I'm sorry, everyone. I did not provide for you like I usually do because I was sick with like allergies, but they're not showing up right now, so I can't prove it, but I failed you.
No, there's still time. It ends August 11th at 10 a.m.
Catch me soon playing Warcraft and doing next to nothing while I get you your half-shell backpack.
Yeah, dude. Still like a fucking Ninja Turtle with the sweet little headband and the little outfits they put in the trading post. Mix and match them.
And like the weapons too. Like honestly, they really set you up to be a Ninja Turtle here.
I'm gonna have to get my rogue, get my little turtley rogue out here. But yeah, that's it. What about you, Aaron? TTBBMM.
Well, I have a BB this week, I am afraid.
Bottom boot.
Boo.
It's that I didn't show up this week. And that's on me. There's plenty to do. There's mounts to farm. There's plenty of stuff to do. Tell you what I was doing was I was out there playing Pokemon Go, getting my fitness in, and reading books.
Damn, is this our first bottom boot that's not about WoW?
No, there's been other stuff. I think we bottom booted, like, the economy one time. Or, like, the election of an elected official we didn't enjoy. And it is about WoW. It's about my lack of. There's 2 weeks. Hold on to your hats, kids, and then we'll be on Karish. And then I'm getting all my walks in and my books done now because I will not be furthering myself in any conceivable way once we're on Koresh.
Well, I will round us out here with a top toot. Toot. It's that I've like woken up. I'm woke immunization now. I am the one way your son don't need a gun to get respect up on the street. But I have been finally grinding reps now that we are at the end of this cycle. I got like 4 exalted reps of just like the ones I should have had exalted a long ass time ago. I'm talking, I got the cartels one. Now I have my first one of the cartels themselves, which whatever. Fuck, what's the first one on?
I'm gonna assume Bilgewater, the one that Gaslow's in charge of.
Yes, I got that one maxed out. I'm like halfway through the second one now. I also, this is even more embarrassing. I just got my like Deeps one maxed out somehow.
Ringing Deeps, come on.
Yeah, it was on accident too. And then I got my I'm done with my all 3 of the different dudes from Spiderland, and I got those mounts. So basically, I've just been like grinding reps, and it's a little embarrassing that I'm doing that now, but I guess that's what the time is for, right?
Why not?
Yeah, just been top 2 for catching up.
And much like ketchup and mustard, these $5 a month patrons are the perfect topping to our content hot dog. Let's relish in their names as I announce them now. Ahoy Vince, Azarin, Digital Dave, asking Growlina to say, for the Horde. Misket the Orchidee Orc. Mitch wants to remind everyone that Rathion isn't daddy, he's a literal child. Crucifix, Alternator, Saracen Hawk. Justin, give me back my PhD. Arcane, Remy.
Every time I hear Chiodos, I get a full boner. And I wanted to hop off the bike before I poked you in the back.
Kick Puncher, Baba Booey McGee, Sugar Bear.
Time is money, friend.
Dr. Foster, Grumpy Old Shaman. Jerome, Ollie, Adorno.
Do you do a lot of PCP?
Got a gallon.
I guess you do.
Yeah.
Losing the Patient, Gershom.
Literally, Roblox is too hard. Roblox is too...
Duff the Horde Pooper Cooper, Calcus.
They took our jibs.
Dig your jam! Dig your jam!
Cilantro, Alex A, Vanderlyle.
Have a nice day!
And Will, aka Tire, Trade Chat's fallen father.
Join these patrons at patreon.com/do not relent. What about you guys?
Well, you see, you can find me, Alex or Immunization, on the Twitters at New Era Alex or on the Blue Skies at Immunization.
You can find me, Aaron the Human, at the Bigacheesy on twitters.com and watch me play Vigigrams at twitch.tv/AaronDNR. Catch me for a stream one of these days. We'll earn our turtle shell together as I do next to nothing. I started playing Karen Ironbane the other day and said, ew, yuck, gross. But maybe I'll go back.
Get it. And remember,
Another down! Do not relent!
Do Not Relent is a podcast within the 3HNC network, representing U.S. Proudmoore's premier podcasts.
That was a very good wish.